evening, friends and neighbors, or shall I say this afternoon.
Hello and welcome to Madden 24. It is your host, longtime listener. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. Madden 24 is officially out, and we're playing on PlayStation 4. And what I am quickly finding is that it does not appear that the training camp feature in franchise mode has been added to the legacy console, which is stupid because it wouldn't be that hard considering most of the drills that go into training camp are available as like things you can do from the main menu. So, pretty stupid and maybe something that gets added later as an update, but for right now, we're dealing without that little bonus feature, which is okay. I'll go ahead and tell you right now that we are going to have game one of the regular season in this episode. We're going to be basically simulating through the preseason, but we want to start quickly with an overview of how we're going to do the franchise, a look at the roster, and then a few other housekeeping items. So let's just start with the rosters because this is where you kind of get an idea of what our depth chart might look like. QB is pretty straightforward. It's going to be Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's 31. So he's a guy that we don't really know how long he's going to be the answer. Aiden O'Connell is, I think, better than what this game gives him credit for, at least as far as what we're seeing from him in real life in the preseason. But not a huge deal if we have to go and find a QB of the future. Josh Jacobs is on the roster to start the season, so that's a huge advantage. I just went with the active roster in offline mode, and this is how it turned out. So it is what it is. He's not yet signed in real life, but probably will be before the season starts, so I'm okay with this. Then we've got Williams and Abdullah, some veteran backups. Zamir White has potential as a 23-year-old, but he's only a 70, probably not going to develop a whole lot more. In fact, I think he's just a normal dev trait. Yeah, so he's never going to be, a long-term answer. Perhaps like once Jacobs is gone or hurt. That's a look at the running back position. No problems there. Jacob Johnson, one of the few like true fullbacks in the league, and did a really good job for them last year. Devontae Adams is the stud at wideout. Then we've got Renfro and Jacoby Myers. All three of these guys, I kind of like their makeup and their prototype. They're good route runners, not necessarily guys that are just relying strictly on speed. They know how to get open. And then down the depth chart, we've got a couple of veterans in Carter, Cole, Dorsett. Cam Sims, not really sure what to make of his situation. I think what this will come down to when we start trying to have to cut guys to get the roster down to 6 wideouts is if you look right here, Dorsett has no bonus, so we could cut him without any penalty. Same thing with Keelan Cole. So I think those two might actually get cut, and then we just go with some youth deeper down the depth chart. But we'll see if we need to do that. Tight end is Michael Mayer, the rookie out of Notre Dame. He edges out Austin Hooper in terms of his overall, and then Horsted will be the number 3rd. O.J. Howard, I believe, is on the roster in real life. They may have cut him already. I'm not sure. Left tackle will be Colton Miller with Parker backing him up. Left guard will be Parham. Moody is listed as a left guard, but he will be the starter at right guard more than likely. James will be the starter at center. And then you see here Van Rotten is a 66 overall, and he's 33. Alex Bars, I think, is the target that I would like to have as the backup here. Just because he's younger and can get some experience and hopefully get better instead of worse. Anyway, Illuminor will start at right tackle with Munford backing him up. That's a look at the offense. Now, defensively, I actually made some changes here. Josh McDaniels' natural playbook was built for a 3-4. And so they had Crosby lifted as a linebacker. They had Tyree Wilson and Chandler Jones listed as outside linebackers. I don't like that move. I like to have those guys down as defensive ends and then get them going off the edge rush looking for sacks. So we made some adjustments there, not only to the positions of these guys, but also of our playbook. And then we'll run a 4-3. Now we've got a ton of defensive tackles as a result because we had all these guys that were, right in the neighborhood of 300 pounds, which to me is too slow. Makes them too slow to be edge rushers, but maybe even a little bit undersized for defensive tackle. So that's going to be an area of concern for this team this year is can we stop the run with the guys we have up the middle? Linebacker, we're a little bit thin. It's Spillane at left outside linebacker, a respectable player at 27 years old. We can get a few years out of him and not feel like he's a liability. Same thing with Divine Diablo, only 25. He is going to be our starting middle linebacker, and he's only a 74 overall. So we're, like I said, not the greatest in terms of linebacker depth. And you see it here most with Bolton being the starter, and he's only a 67 overall, fourth year guy out of Oklahoma. So we need to get better at linebacker more than likely, and hopefully it's just not an issue this year. Peters, a big acquisition for this team, helps us out at corner. Beyond that, Nate Hobbs is solid. Not great, but he's solid, and he's only 24. So we'll get a couple more years out of him. Long is okay. Shelley's okay. Robertson's okay. Like, all these guys are just kind of like, eh. Brandon Facian, you see here, he's 28, and we've got a lot of depth here. I would look to cut him, but look at the penalty I'd pay. Over $2.5 million it would cost us to get rid of him. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do there because I probably only need like 6 corners, and he's number 6th on that chart with Ja'Cory Bennett, the rookie, right behind him, who I obviously want to keep on the roster because he is 23 years old and we drafted up to get him. So Marcus Epps will be the starter at free safety. Smith will be the backup there. And then at strong safety, it'll be Merrick as the starter. Then we've got Jaquan Johnson and Teamer listed as the possible backups. It'll cost me less to cut Jaquan Johnson, and he's a year older, so he's going to have to really shine in the preseason if he's going to want to stay on this team. We're fine at both kicker and punter with Dylan Carlson. He's really good, only 28. And then A.J. Cole, also really good, and only 27. So that's a look at the roster. And then the only other thing that I will kind of cover is league settings. We are going to play 13-minute quarters with an accelerated clock. I've done some things with the gameplay sliders to try and make statistics as realistic as I can possibly get them. It's really hard to get them, truly realistic, but we'll do our best. Ultimately, the objective is more so to keep games close than it is to have, truly realistic stats. So, hopefully we at least see that play out when we do live gameplay. But that's my strategy there. We are playing on all Madden. And my plan as far as presentation style, I'm going to be playing the games live and trying to do commentary live as I do it so that I don't have to go back and edit the in-game footage, slice it up, and then add commentary because that's just so time consuming. What that means is that there's going to be times where I'm stumbling over words, and it's because I'm trying to do multiple things at once. And obviously, not screwing up the play kind of takes priority. So anyway, that's what we've got in mind there. I also need to kind of decide how many games per season I want to play. I think what I might do is if I win, I sim until I lose. That's, I think, how we're going to start and just kind of see how things go. That's going to make it tough for this team to rattle off 7 straight wins or whatever, because I don't want to have it where I'm playing like every other game, because there might be seasons where we're already in the playoffs and have our position locked up, and if the team is just winning game after game, we don't need to sit there and watch us, just continue to eat up time just for the sake of getting to see the games. In other words, I want to get deep into the franchise, multiple seasons, and to do that, we have to limit the number of games that I actually have to play. So that's the strategy there. Now, as far as preseason, I am going to play one of the preseason games just for me to get a warm up. I'm not going to show it to you, but I will play one of them. But you're not going to see any preseason action. The next thing you're going to see is our official depth chart after we make all of our roster cuts, and then we will be jumping into game one against the Broncos. So sit tight, and we'll have a recap of the preseason in just a second. All right, so we have completed the preseason. The team went 1-2. No real standout statistics to call out, honestly. I think everything just kind of went about like you would have anticipated. So no like big upsets in terms of position battles or anything along those lines. We do need to set a season goal, and based on, the roster that we have and in general the presentation style that I think we need to commit to here, making the playoffs is what I would call a stretch goal here. So I think we're going to be pretty conservative for this first season and say, let's just win 7 games. Obviously, if we overachieve, that's good, but 7 I would say would be sort of our minimum benchmark for success. As far as the draft class, we're going to go with auto-generated, and I want to go ahead and actually take a look at this class and just kind of see what we're dealing with position by position. This will take a minute, but hopefully be worthwhile. So there's a couple of top 5 projected QBs, one from UCLA, one from BYU. The good thing there is that both of them are out west, so if we want to focus on that, that's where we would look. At halfback, there is a stud running back coming out of Georgia, and then a couple of first or second round potential guys as well. Don't necessarily care about fullback. Only one projection of a first round pick at wideout, and then it looks pretty thin beyond that. So that's noteworthy. I don't think we need any help at tight end, but there's a couple of potential first rounders there. It looks pretty deep at left tackle. You've got a Stanford and a Colorado prospect that are both, in that first round projection, and then one out of Ole Miss. So there's a couple in that western region that you could be looking for there. I don't necessarily know that offensive line is a huge focal point for our draft class next season. I think a lot of defense is in our future. Anyway, one pretty good left guard there, and then it's really thin after that. Center, you've got a guy projected to go in the first or second round, which is really impressive at center. Second or third is usually a guy that can compete within a season or two. So there's some options there. Not much at right guard. You've got some options at right tackle. Left end, we already have Max Crosby. I don't think we need to worry too much about that, except maybe in the later rounds to give us some depth. Same situation really for us at right end, but there is some some top potential there. D tackle, I think we will want to try and address in the first couple of rounds. There's a bunch of guys that are projected as first or second rounders, so that helps. Left outside linebacker, you've got one stud and then some maybes near the top of the board. You've got a few potential first round picks at middle linebacker, so that'll give us some options there. Right outside linebacker, a couple of first round projections. Corner looks pretty deep. You've got a top 5 guy in Ralph Buchanan, 2 first round projections, and then 4 potential first or second round guys. So I like what I see there. That tells me it's a deep class at corner. A couple of free safeties, 4 potential first round strong safeties, and then kickers and punters, not that big of a deal. So that's a look at the draft class. And then the only other thing that I would say is if we look at well, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about the region breakdown. We'll handle scouts and everything off screen and get everything situated there. I'm not real crazy about the new scouting structure. It just seems like you have almost no control over really kind of a strategic direction for your team. So I'll leave it at that. So all I need to do now is go ahead and set our depth charts and like our weekly strategies going into the first game of the season. I will show you the roster after we've made cuts. I'm going to leave O'Connell as the second string, or make him the second string. I think that's a wise move because Hoyer's just not that good. So why even bother giving him that nod? I'm going to move Zamir White up this board because I want to see what we've got in this guy. So when Jacobs is tired, I want White getting carries. He's got good carrying rating and pretty good speed and acceleration to where if he hits a hole, maybe he can break something for us. So that's kind of what we're thinking there. Fullback doesn't really matter. It's going to be Jacob Johnson all the time. At wideout, this should be pretty straightforward. I did cut Cole versus Sims. Sims, I just think, is the better option for us long term. Even though it's not like he's going to be around forever. So we don't really need to do any changes there. Mayer gets the starting nod at tight end. No changes on the O-line. Van Rotten will be the backup at left guard, as you saw there. And then James will be the center. Van Rotten is, hypothetically the best option at right guard for the backup, but we're going to let Alex Bars have that in scenarios where Moody is out of the game. Right tackle is going to be Illuminor. Pretty straightforward there. Left end is Crosby. Right end, we have Jones. And then the rookie Wilson, he's going to get playing time, and I'll kind of show you how. So I could justify just moving him up this board and putting him in a, defensive tackle role. He's 271 pounds, so he is a little bit undersized there, but he does have good strength. So I think he can get away with this. Like, his strength is just as good as the other two guys that are, quote unquote, behind him on the depth chart. So we're going to give that a try and see how that goes. But if we're getting run all over, especially up the middle, we'll look to maybe make a change there. Spillane will be the starter at left outside linebacker. Diablo at middle linebacker. He actually missed a game in the preseason due to a minor injury. No big deal, though. Corner, pretty straightforward here. I could consider, juggling these two guys back and forth, but we're just going to let that ride. Free safety is going to be Epps. Strong safety is Merrig. And then we cut Johnson. Teamer is the backup, like we kind of talked about. And then I already set kick returning, I think, to be Tucker. They changed it, though. So what I'm going to do is systematically bump him up to the top, but leave Abdullah in at least that second depth spot on the depth chart there. I just like guys that have more raw speed in this role. So that's kind of my justification for moving him there. Long snapper and kicker don't really, or kickoff specialist don't really matter. Third down back, Jacobs. Power back, also Jacobs. I wouldn't mind finding a, like 70-something overall power back to take over that role at some point, but we don't need to worry about it yet. Renfro is going to be my number one slot guy. If I have Adams there, it's going to be almost like he's the only guy that ever catches the ball for this team, and I like to spread it out. So we'll just kind of have to feel that out and see how it goes. Crosby there. It'll be Jones there. And then this position is where Tyree Wilson will also get some reps. I think that's like when we're in the nickel is what that comes down to. Same thing here. It'll be Spillane and Diablo in the sub linebacker role. And then for slot corner, Shelley gets the nod there. We'll just kind of see how he's doing. If he's not playing well, I can always just throw David Long in there and see how he fares, and that's it. So that's a look at the depth chart, and that has us ready for Week 1 action at Denver. So we got to go on the road for the first game of the season, and it's a big one because we play the Bills on the road next, and that's a matchup that I'm a little bit nervous about because our defense is almost surely going to be our weakness this year. Losing Derek Carr obviously, is the concern on the offense. You got a new QB under center, but Garoppolo's a veteran. I think he can manage and keep us in a lot of games. And we've got Josh Jacobs to just run the ball and hopefully allow us to kind of control the clock and keep the other offense off the field and our defense fresh. So sit tight, and we'll be heading out to Mile High. All right, it is time for regular season action, and we are at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado, as the Broncos will host the division rival Las Vegas Raiders. Every team starting with a fresh slate and hoping to get off to a good start with a Week 1 victory. It is a new face in town under center for the Raiders as Jimmy Garoppolo looks to get off to a hot start and lead this team to the playoffs. We are ready for action, and the kickoff is nearby, so sit tight and we will get started here in Denver. The Raiders have won the toss. They elect to receive, and Dixon sends it deep. It is Tucker back to return, catches it deep in the end zone, and he is going to take the touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, and here comes Jimmy Garoppolo and this Raiders offense. Garoppolo under center. He's got two tight ends. Jacobs in the backfield, takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw. He swings it across the middle. It's Michael Mayer, the rookie, making his first NFL catch, and it's good for 8 yards. 2nd down and 5 now from the 44. Garoppolo takes the snap, looking to throw. It's over the middle again. It's Mayer again, and he's got another 1st down into Broncos territory, down to the 47. 3rd down and 2 now from the 39, and Garoppolo hands off to Jacobs again. He is hit, but fighting for those extra yards. It's a gain of 4 and another Raiders 1st down. 1st and 10 now from the 35. Garoppolo in the shotgun, 4 wide as Jacobs lines up to his left. He's going to throw down the middle. He's got Renfro wide open, and that's going to get him into the red zone, down to the 14-yard line, and another Raiders 1st down. So a pickup of 21 there that brings it down to the 14-yard line, and Garoppolo now under center. He's looking to throw down the middle. He's got a man wide open. It's Jacoby Myers for the touchdown, and the Raiders go right down and score. A 14-yard strike there to the veteran wide receiver, and the Raiders will grab the lead. Carlson on for the extra point, and it is right down the middle. The Raiders go 75 yards in 9 plays, taking just over 4 minutes, and they lead 7-0. Carlson set the kick, and it is away. This one, a pretty good kick. Looks like it's going to be taken by Hamler a couple of yards short, and he's going to bring this out. And he is across the 20, out to just shy of the 25, and that's where the Broncos will start 1st and 10. And here comes Russell Wilson and this Denver offense. So Wilson in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide to the left, and Williams lining up to his right. He's going to roll out, looking to throw. He's hit as he throws, and it's picked off by Epps, and he's going to break a tackle, and he is going to get it all the way down to about the 10-yard line. First play from scrimmage, and that is just absolute disaster for Denver. And Garoppolo coming right back out with an opportunity for the Raiders to strike and expand this lead. 3rd down and 8 now after the short game there by Jacobs, and a big play coming up here. He is looking to throw. He goes outside. Adams breaking in there. Obviously a miscommunication. That will bring out the field goal unit, and the Denver defense at least holds, and they will have to settle for the 3-point try. The snap is good, the hold is down, and Carlson drills it. And that will put the Raiders out in front by 10, as it's good from 25 yards. Hamler back deep, and Carlson set to send this one away again. He angles it toward the corner. It's going to be taken about a yard shy of the goal line, and he's bringing it out again. So Hamler is just buried, though, at the 23-yard line. Denver will take over 1st and 10, and looking to redeem themselves after the one-play turnover to start the season. Wilson in the shotgun again here. Williams lined up to his right. And they take the snap. He's going to throw down the middle. That pass complete to Cortland Sutton out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 12 and a Denver 1st down. Two wide to the left in the I formation here. Wilson under center, takes the snap, looking to throw. That pass complete. It's Jerry Jeudy across the 50, down to the 45 and into Raiders territory, and another Denver first down. Two wide to the right, one split out to the left. Wilson in the shotgun, takes the snap, throws right away, and it is complete to Cortland Sutton. And they are into the red zone as he is brought down right at the 20, and it'll be a first down for Denver. So 2nd down and 12 now from the 22-yard line. Wilson in the shotgun. He's got 3 split out to the right. He's going to drop back to pass. He's thrown over the middle. That one picked off by Nate Hobbs. He's off to the races, but he is going to be dropped out just shy of the 40-yard line. Another turnover on the interception by Wilson. During the return, however, there is a block in the back, so that one will come back to the 24, but the Raiders have it again, and it's 1st and 10 with a chance to yet again expand this lead. 1st and 10 from the 24. It is handed off to Josh Jacobs. He's fighting through tackles, and he's got it all the way out to the 39-yard line, a gain of 15, and a Raiders first down. 2nd down and 4 from the 45-yard line. Broncos loading up the box here. The play clock down to 7 before Garoppolo gets it, and he gets rid of it right away. Swings it out to Jacobs. He's knocked out of bounds into Denver territory, and another Raiders first down. Raiders lined up in the shotgun here. Trips out to the left, and it's going to be Garoppolo looking to throw. Wide open, Devontae Adams. How does that happen? As obviously a miscommunication there on defense. He takes it all the way down to the 32. New set of downs for the Raiders. It is 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Garoppolo pulls Renfro in motion. Now drops back looking to throw. Nothing there. Now he's going to go down the middle. It's Michael Mayer, and he's got it down to the 18-yard line, and another Raiders first down. Raiders in the I formation here on 2nd down and 11. Garoppolo under center, takes the snap, looking to throw, looking, and he is going to be hit and dropped by Purcell. That is the first sack of the season for the Broncos, and will back it up and make it 3rd down and long. We'll see if the Raiders want to try and get one more playoff before the half, before the end of the quarter. They will not. So after 1 quarter of play, Raiders lead 10-0 here in Denver. 3rd down and long from the 24. Garoppolo in the shotgun. He's got 4 wide. Denver coming on the blitz, and that is a mistake as Jacoby Myers wide open down the middle, and they are going to convert here. A pickup of 17, and it's going to be 1st and goal for Las Vegas. 3rd down and goal from about the 5-yard line. Garoppolo has got Renfro lined up to the right, Adams to the left. He's going to bring him in motion, looking to throw here. It is going to be Adams wide open, and he is going to take this in for the score. The Raiders piling it on now as they will lead by 17 pending the extra point here. But a great start for this Vegas squad as they are all over Denver here in this one. Carlson on for the point after. O'Connell with the hold. He sends it right down the middle, and that makes it 17-0. How about 12 plays, 73 yards, and eating up over 6 minutes on that touchdown drive. 2nd down and 7 now. Wilson under center. He's got 3 lined up to his right. Williams in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, looking to throw. Swings it outside. That pass complete, and he is reaching and has the first down. Or does he? Yes, he does. Hamler with the grab. It's good for 7 yards, and that will move the chains. Basically the same formation here, except in the shotgun now on 1st and 10. Wilson takes the snap, looking to throw, has some time. He's going down the middle, and it is complete to Jerry Jeudy. Sheds 1 tackler, but he is brought down at the 40-yard line into Raiders territory. A big pickup there, and Denver's on the move. Bunch formation to the left side. Raiders making some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball here before the snap. Wilson looking to throw. Can't find anybody. Tries to get out of there, but Max Crosby gets him for the sack, and that is going to make it 2nd and 20 now. So a false start, and now a sack, and the Denver Broncos are going the wrong direction. 3rd down and long now from the 49. They just trying to get some positive yardage here, maybe give yourself a chance at a long field goal. That might get the job done as that gets them to the 37. They are kicking into the wind, however. It's 4th and 6, kind of in no man's land here. Let's see what Denver wants to try. Denver going to line up and try and get the points here. He's going to have to get every stitch of this one as he's kicking from 54 yards into the wind. It looks long enough, but it is wide right. So that is just not good news for Denver, as now not only do you not get the points, but you give the Raiders excellent field position here, and they already have a 17-point edge on you. Third down and 7 now. Garoppolo in the shotgun. 4 wide set for the Raiders. He's looking to throw, going down the middle. He's got Myers open again, and he is going to take it down inside the 30 to the 28. A pickup of 22, and the Raiders move the chains. Third down and 7 now. Garoppolo in the pistol. He's got trips tight out to the right. Jacobs lined up behind him here and looking to throw. It's going to be Myers again, but he is going to be tackled at the 20, a couple yards shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2, and here comes the field goal unit for the Raiders. Thought maybe the Raiders would consider going for it there, but new coach in town, he's just going to take the points, sends it through, it's good, and that makes it 20-0 here late in this first half. 1st and 10 from the 25. He's in the shotgun, got 3 men lined up to the outside. He's going to have one-on-one and hits Cortland Sutton. Good for a first down out to the 36. So 1st down and 10 from the 36 after the pickup 11 on the first play of the drive. Wilson in the shotgun again. And he's going to keep it on the ground here. They give to Williams. He breaks a tackle and has it out across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 15 and another Denver first down. Wilson in the shotgun. He's got Williams lined up to his left. 2 wide to that left side as well, and he's going to look to throw here. Nothing there. He's going to take off and run with this. He slides down, but he's going to have another first down there. A gain of 11 and inside the 40, and Denver's on the move. So 3rd down and 7 coming here. 2:25 left to play in the first half. Wilson takes the snap, looking to throw. He's going to run. No, he's going to throw, and it is Judy open down to the 10-yard line. And another Denver first down as they are able to convert and keep this drive moving. 3rd down and about 7 here. They can get a first down, but not sure what was going on there. Trying to set up the screen. He throws it before he was even looking. May have even hit one of his offensive linemen. And Denver is going to have to settle for the field goal try here, as it's now 4th and 7. It's a chip shot here, and it's good. So trail by 17 late in the first half. Inside 40 seconds to play here as the Raiders just working to try and kind of run this clock out. 3rd down and 7. They run it all the way down to 1 second before they snap. It's a give to the fullback, who's brought down after a short gain. Denver using a timeout as they want to get the ball back and see if they can make something happen before the end of the half. 4th down and 5 now. Cole set to punt for the first time. Sends this one deep. It is going to land inside the 5. It bounces backwards and is down at the 7. So with 22 seconds left, just 2 timeouts, I can't imagine Denver's going to want to try and do anything crazy here. Already trailing by 17. The last thing you want to do is make it worse. See if the Broncos just want to let this clock run out at this point. And that looks like it's exactly what they're going to do, as we're going to head to halftime with the Raiders up big. It is 20-3 here in Denver, as this new coach in Vegas off to a great start in the Jimmy Garoppolo era for the Raiders. We'll take a look at some of the stats here at halftime. Offensively, it's fairly even in terms of total yards, but turnovers obviously a huge story, as they have really crippled the Broncos' chances so far in this one. We'll look around the league at some of the scores in games that are going on elsewhere as we head out west and look at the Chargers, as they are trailing against the Dolphins 21-14 as they approach halftime there, with Tua racking up the TDs. He's got 3 first half touchdown passes. 11 for 15, 170 yards so far in that one. We go to the East Coast, where it's the Patriots hosting the Eagles, but they are getting the worst of that matchup, as Jalen Hurts and the Eagles crew is up big there in Foxborough. Now we go to the middle of the country, where it's Detroit and Kansas City, and the Chiefs won this one 21-10. Mahomes a solid day as the Lions look to prove that they are for real this season after almost making the playoffs last year. We're getting ready for second half action now, and we are underway. Carlson sends it high and down to about the 2-yard line. Hamler going to bring this one back, going right up the middle, fighting through a tackle, has it out to about the 30-yard line, but we do have a flag down on the play, and it is going to be holding, and that one is coming back. So not the start you're looking for if you're the Broncos, as that will back them up to the 18, and it'll be 1st and 10. 3rd down and 5 now, as it's a 4-wide set here for the Broncos. He's going to throw on the run intended for Judy, but it falls incomplete, and it's 3 and out for Denver as they are going to have to punt on 4th and 5. Tucker back to return for the Raiders. Dixon set to punt this one away. He hasn't actually had much action back there because most of the time they've either scored or turned it over. This time Tucker fields and brings it back just across the 35, and the Raiders will start 1st and 10 from the 36. 1st and 10 from the 36. Broncos loading up the box here. Garoppolo looking to throw on 1st down, and it is complete to Hunter Renfrow out to the 49, and a Raiders 1st down. 1st and 10 now from the 49. Garoppolo under center. He gives to Jacobs. He's got the edge, and he's got plenty of room to run, fighting a tackle at the end of the play. He's got it all the way down to the 37, and look for a big dose of that man here in this second half. Now 2nd down and 5. Garoppolo under center yet again, and he takes the snap and hands off to Jacobs again. It's another 1st down, but we do have a man down on the play. It is the rookie Michael Mayer holding his hip or lower back area, and he is going to have to exit the game. We'll see if it's anything serious. 1st and 10 now at the 26. Zamir White checking into the game, and he is in the backfield and is getting it right away, and he's got plenty of room to run. All the way down, just short of the end zone. No, they call it a touchdown. A huge gain there on his first carry of the season, and the Raiders are just pouring it on here in Denver. You see there the injury to Mayer, pretty minor, just a calf strain or maybe some cramping, and he will be likely to return. Connell set to hold, takes the snap, and the kick is up and good, and it's now 27-3 as the Raiders go 64 yards in just 5 plays, and they lead 27-3. So 3rd down and 3 now after Wilson scrambles for a few yards there, and a big play coming up here. You cannot go battle for the ball. It eventually falls incomplete, and Denver again looking at a 3 and out here. It's 4th and 3, and they're going to send this away as Dixon is set to kick this one, and Tucker back to return for the Raiders. He is going to just go ahead and wave for a fair catch here, and the Raiders rather, going to start 1st and 10 at the 21. Garoppolo under center here, 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. They keep it on the ground. It's Zamir White again, a huge hole. He's off to the races. 2 carries for the big man, and he is having a heck of a ball game. How about 74 yards and a touchdown on just 2 touches, and the Raiders immediately into scoring position as it is a big pickup there that gets them all the way down to the Denver 30. 1st and 10 from the 30. Garoppolo under center in the I formation. Fakes the handoff, and he is in trouble. Going to try and get out of there, but he is dropped by Gregory for a loss of 10. And that is the 2nd time that Denver has gotten to Jimmy Garoppolo. 3rd down and 20 now from the 41. If you're the Raiders, you want to just try and get this back into field goal range. Garoppolo sends Jacobs in motion, swings it out to him in the flat. It's going to be a short gain, however. It would be about a 55-yarder from here. The Raiders are kicking with the wind. We'll see if they want to try the long field goal. So Carlson going to try one from 55. The kick is away and splits the uprights. Heck of a kick there, and the Raiders extend their lead. It is now 30-3 as it's a 4-touchdown edge for the silver and black. 2nd down and 8 here as Wilson going to line up in the shotgun. Raiders looking like they're in some zone coverage here, and that is the case. They get it to Hamler. He is brought down, but not before he's got a 1st down out to the 41-yard line. 3rd and 3 now coming up here as Wilson in the shotgun yet again. He's got 3 wide lined up out to the right. Going to throw, and it is complete to Sutton. Actually, no, looks like they call it incomplete. Diablo there able to break it up, and the Broncos with a decision here on 4th and short out around midfield. I think you got to be going for it here. Well, Denver going to just play it conservative here. I guess just kind of waving the white flag as they're going to send this one away, give the ball back to the Raiders, and it's not a good punt. Out at the 28, and just nothing going right for Denver here. 2nd down and 4 now after the nice pickup by Jacobs on 1st down. Denver loading up the box this time. Garoppolo going to look to throw, and he has it complete out to Devontae Adams, out across the 45 to the 48, and another Raiders 1st down. Garoppolo makes a change at the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to bring Renfro in motion. 2nd and 10, drops back, looking to throw. He's going to go down the middle, and it's Michael Mayer back in the ball game. He's got another 1st down, as that puts him into Denver territory at the 41-yard line. After 3 complete here, it is 30-3 as the Raiders just dominating on both sides of the ball in this one. We're heading to the 4th quarter and may see some subs coming in this one. So Jacobs tackled just shy of the goal line on 2nd down. It's 3rd down and goal. Raiders loading up the box. This is just all physical football here, and he goes in for the score. Lost the ball, but they say he was in before he lost control, and the Raiders extend their lead. The extra point, if good, will make it 37-3. O'Connell with the hold. Carlson, the kick is up and good. It's a 34-point edge with 11:09 left to play. Nice pickup on 1st down. Brings up 2nd and 2. Wilson in the shotgun. Williams lined up to his left, looking to throw. He pulls it down. He's going to run with it. He's got plenty of room. Out across midfield, tackled from behind by Spillane, but a big pickup there and into Raiders territory, down to the 48-yard line. 3rd and 13 now. It's another 4-wide set here. 3 of those lined up to the left. In the shotgun, he's looking to throw. He's got some time. He's going to pull it down and run again, but Spillane read that one well. Comes up and makes the tackle after just a short gain, and Denver is looking at another 4th down here and see if they're going to try and get desperate or if they're going to just concede and punt. Denver is going to go for it here. Obvious passing situation. Just 3 down linemen for the Raiders as they look to drop everybody back in coverage, and that's exactly what happens. Wilson has to run again, slides down, and that is going to hand the ball over to the Raiders. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 45. So the rookie Aiden O'Connell now on in the ball game here, making his NFL debut. And first play, he's just going to hand off to Jacobs. They go up the middle, an injury on the play as Bonito is slow to get up. And that'll stop the clock with 8:07 left to play. 1st and 10 now from the 45. O'Connell under center in the I formation. Makes the head count there and takes the snap, throwing and he's hit as he throws, and his first NFL pass is incomplete. 3rd down and 4. O'Connell under center. Big formation here, and he takes the snap, looking to throw. He's got Hunter Renfro just wide open, and I think Renfro was like expecting to have somebody there looking to make a tackle. If he just keeps going upfield there, he probably takes that to the house. Either way, it's a 1st and 10 at the Denver 27. 2nd and goal now from the 1-yard line. O'Connell under center, 3 wide out to the right. He's going to take the handoff, gives to Jacobs up the middle for a touchdown, and the Raiders are going to add to this already massive lead. Just an embarrassing performance for this Denver team as they can't wait for the clock to hit 0 in this one. Now 11 seconds left to play. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wilson in the shotgun, dropping back, looking to throw. Has plenty of time, going to scramble. Max Crosby is after him and got him! And that will do it. The Raiders ended on a positive note as they have just absolutely destroyed the Denver Broncos in this one. A 44-3 final, and Sean Payton is just absolutely disgusted as his team just did not show up in this one. The Raiders, a dominant performance in week 1 as they are off to a great start to this season. A final look at the post-game stats here as teams go. Not a bad passing performance in terms of yardage, but the takeaways obviously an issue. The Raiders with 240 yards rushing. That is just an absolutely unacceptable number for this Denver defense. And we will take a look at some of the individual player stats in this one. Wilson, 21 for 30, 229. He was sacked 3 times and picked off twice. Garoppolo goes 17 for 24, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he was sacked a couple of times. And then Aiden O'Connell, 1 for 2 with a 12-yard completion in his NFL debut there in garbage time. On the ground, big day for Josh Jacobs with 113 yards and a couple of touchdowns on 23 carries. Zamir White, how about 113 over 11 carries and also got himself a touchdown. Russell Wilson was the leading rusher for the Broncos, 51 yards on 7 carries. Javonte Williams, not a very good day here. They never really got it going as they were playing from behind the whole time. He only gets 7 carries for 26 yards. Nothing else real noteworthy down the line there. Let's take a look at receiving. Williams was the Broncos' leading receiver with 7 catches, but just 38 yards. Judy led the team in yardage with 94 across 5 catches. Pretty good day for him. Mike Mayer, a great rookie debut there. 4 catches, 42 yards. He was very effective. Hunter Renfrow, 4 catches, 53. Cortland Sutton, 51 yards on 4 catches. Devontae Adams, very similar numbers, also a touchdown. Nice day for Jacoby Myers, 4 catches, 58 yards, and a score. And then nothing else super noteworthy farther down that list. You see there the sacks allowed. Andre James gave one up, and then McGlinchey with a couple as he had a little bit of a rough day trying to take care of Max Crosby. Defensively, we'll take a look at the total tackles, and it's Alex Singleton leading the way for both teams with 13. Spillane led the Raiders with 8. So a pretty good day for him. Take a look at the sacks. It was 2 for Crosby, 1 for Long coming off the edge on the corner blitz. Randy Gregory got 1, and Mike Purcell also got 1 for Denver. Carlson goes 3 for 3 on the field goals, 5 for 5 extra points. Wright tried that long field goal but missed it, then hit a chip shot to go 1 for 2 on the day. Dixon 3 punts with a net of 37 yards for the average. And A.J. Cole just 1 punt, 52 yards, and credited with keeping that one inside the 20. So a good day all around for the Raiders as they just absolutely dominate in this one. They win it 44-3 over the Denver Broncos. So we didn't show this earlier, but we did kind of say that our key to the victory in that game was basically to just pound the rock and run the ball well. Obviously, we did that, racking up over 200 yards just between Jacobs and Zamir White. So big offensive boost for the offensive linemen, or big XP boost, I should say, and we get some staff points as well. So that's nice. And let's just kind of take a look at a few things we need to do in between weeks here. We've got 50 points to spend, and I will say, as far as that goes, I made it to where the franchise staff members will progress quickly. Like, it takes less points to purchase these upgrades. Mainly, I'm doing that because I just don't like dealing with this stuff, so I just kind of want to get it out of the way sooner rather than later. No real rhyme or reason, I don't think, in terms of how I want to approach this, but we do at least want to look at some of the ones that are most important to us. And I think the biggest one right off the bat is this one right here. We wanted to get that additional focus player to get more XP through those weekly strategies. If I look at like our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, there are some things over here. Like, it automatically chose this route for us. I didn't get a chance to come over here. Not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start picking up some of these because if I can get it, it will benefit us kind of thing. So let's just go ahead and do it while we can. And then here, impact blocking by wideouts. I think offensive awareness is more important, so let's do that. And can I get all the way down here and get this one? I can. Strength rating for offensive linemen gets a boost of 4. I guess maybe do I need this one first? Or do I need both of these? I think I might need both of those. No, I don't. I need maybe this one, and can I do this one now? Yes. Okay, so that's pretty much all the points we have to spend. We'll focus on defense next, but that's going to help us with our running game for sure. So already a strength, at least from first appearances, as we just ran it all over them. And I might have to make an adjustment on the sliders. I think I have run blocking all the way down at like 20, but we may make that even more difficult. So that's that. I don't really need to do anything else. Our next game, as we advance here, is going to be against the Bills on the road, and we are going to simulate, as our general policy is going to be, if we win, we will sim until we lose. We won't always do that, but that's kind of the baseline that I would expect that we will follow most of the time. So the Bills won, so it's a matchup of two teams coming into this one at 1-0. So sit tight. I will do some simulation here and let you know how things fare in just a second. All right, so we actually got a win on the road against the Bills. This was unexpected. We take it 23-17, and really it was our offense that was awesome. We put up 359 through the air, ran for over 100 yards, did a good job holding their running game in check. And we didn't turn the ball over, didn't force any turnovers. But bottom line, we worked time of possession, and we put up 23 points. 475 yards of offense is pretty darn solid. So excellent job. And I just noticed that we won this thing in overtime. So that's a heck of a win on the road. What a ball game for the Raiders. And we moved to 2-0 now on the season. So we're going to simulate another one. It'll be at home against the Steelers. We're going to save that one, though, for the next episode. So we're going to wrap up here. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening, friend and neighbor. Or shall I say this afternoon?